have with us founder of 91 Springboard and Build 3, which is dedicated to transforming early stage startups into something meaningful, something nice, something sustainable and scalable.
So I think that in the last few decades, many new solutions have come up. So the problems we're solving might not be core problems, right? खाने के लिए नहीं solve कर रहे हैं, right? कपड़े के लिए नहीं solve कर रहे हैं. Because there's more money in the ecosystem and it is being given away more freely. You know, you can just be at home and you can be a creator, or you can take a full-time job, or you can work 3 gig jobs. जैसे हम यहाँ नंगे पाँव घूमते हैं, right? हमारे पास बीच है, हम बीच पे जाके वॉक्स लेते हैं, मेरी मीटिंग बीच पे होती हैं, हम अपने खाने पीने के बर्तन धोते हैं. Right? Now, do we want to be an employer or a company that creates this for its employees, or can we create a nicer, more relaxed, more fulfilling life? Entrepreneurs are the ones who can change the world we live in. And if entrepreneurs decide कि बस अपने लिए पैसा कमाना है, अपने लिए नाम कमाना है, तो फिर वो कर सकते हैं. और अगर वो डिसाइड कर लेते हैं कि दुनिया का भला करना है, तो कोई नहीं रोक सकता है. एंड आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ अस रियलाइज अभी दुनिया में कई रियल चैलेंजेस हैं. फ्रॉम व्हाट वी टॉक्ड अबाउट मेंटल वेलनेस टू एयर पोल्यूशन टू प्लास्टिक इन द ओशंस टू animals being mistreated. There's many things that can be better in today's world.
Hello everybody, I am Bhavishya Sindwani and welcome to my channel Bhavishya Vani. Today we have with us founder of 91 Springboard and Build 3, which is dedicated to transforming early stage startups into something meaningful, something nice, something sustainable and scalable. So welcome Mr. Varun Chawla with us.
Thank you.
So Mr. Varun, मैं आपसे कुछ पूछना चाहती हूँ कि जैसे आजकल आप स्टार्टअप्स देख रहे हो, उनका कैसे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एबिलिटीज़ चेंज हुआ है. कैसे मिलेनियल्स आते थे अपने प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एबिलिटीज़ लेके, फिर जेन जी आया, नाउ जेन अल्फा. डू यू थिंक इट इज़ एट अ राइट पेस और राइट ट्रेंड, और यू थिंक मिलेनियल्स वर बेटर?
So I think that in the last few decades, many new solutions have come up. So the problems we're solving might not be core problems, right? खाने के लिए नहीं solve कर रहे हैं, right? कपड़े के लिए नहीं solve कर रहे हैं, रहने की जगह के लिए नहीं solve कर रहे हैं. अब खाना आधा घंटे में डिलीवर नहीं होता है तो हम चिक चिक करते हैं, 5 मिनट में आना चाहिए, 10 मिनट में आना चाहिए हमारे पास. It's we're solving a different type of problem now, which I think is a nice to have problem. Instead, before we were solving some more need to have problems. That's the difference I'm really seeing.
Right. But do you think millennials were more hardworking than Gen Z and Gen Alpha, or you think?
Hardworking is hard to say. Let me say, I think Gen Alpha and Gen Z grew up in more abundant scenarios. Their parents probably lived a wealthier and consequently had more materials in their life, better house, more car, more food. They had all of these things in their life compared to millennials. So consequently, what tends to happen is these folks are a little bit more comfortable with these things around them. So that I think is the big change. The driver becomes something different. जब कुछ नहीं होता है तो उसकी चाह ज़्यादा होती है. जब सब कुछ होता है तो चाह किस चीज़ के लिए हो और कितनी हो, ये फर्क मैंने देखा है.
But what about return on investments?
Yeah.
Do you think with this kind of business there will be more return on investment than like how millennials used to work?
So I think I also heard this question asked as, will they return more billions or will they create more unicorns? So one simple thing is, in the last 20-30 years, the number of companies that become big is more. The amount of money we have in the world has increased. So there's the inflation and there's the abundance of capital that has happened in the world. So consequently, yes, the newer businesses of Gen Alpha and Gen Z is more likely to create unicorns than of millennials, just because of the timing factor, right? Businesses 30 years ago, how many unicorns were there? And now how many unicorns are there? It's a many times difference, right? So one, that is happening. But the nature of business that they're solving, I found, like I said before, somebody is still solving core needs, because millennials grew up in an environment where core needs were not solved. So they saw it as a problem and they found solutions. Gen Z and Gen Alpha, I think, is having to find non-core needs. As I said,
30 minutes delivery has to be solved.
Right.
4 hours is not good enough.
So, with this kind of problem solving abilities, do you think Gen Alpha and Gen Zs will have more billionaires than millennials because they are solving current generation problems?
Yes.
So, they are able to create more money than
Yes.
millennials.
Yes, because there's more money in the ecosystem and it is being given away more freely. This is the primary reason.
Do you think with this, millennials have more perseverance in them than Gen Z and Gen Alpha?
Yes, that is also something I feel quite strongly about. I've now worked with many Gen Zs, no Gen Alphas yet. They haven't come to us as interns or, young people joining us. But folks that are Gen Z and have worked with us, I found there's a little bit more entitlement. They aren't as motivated as hardworking as folks that are millennials and even older, right? Your boomers, etc. Like, you could see there was more fire, there was more need to work. अगर काम नहीं किया, पैसा नहीं कमा पाएंगे, खाना कैसे खाएंगे is the challenge of millennials and before. But afterwards, ठीक है, यहाँ नहीं चला, कहीं और जॉब ले लेंगे, ये नहीं हुआ तो कुछ और हो जाएगा. Because there is so much opportunity and so many ways to earn. You can just be at home and you can be a creator, or you can take a full-time job, or you can work 3 gig jobs. There is so many options, and this didn't happen before. So hence the need to have a job and to be great in your job or in your startup, that need is less with Gen Z for sure, and my guess is with Gen Alpha too, but it's my guess.
So we are sitting in Build 3 office and it
Yeah.
is in Goa, the
Yeah.
most beautiful part of India. Was this the only reason that you chose Goa, or you had a different reason that you wanted to Build 3 in Goa?
नहीं, इसका तो reason था. So we were living in Delhi before. I had started my last startup, 91 Springboard, in Delhi.
Okay.
So the first 5 years of its life, it was in Delhi, and me and my co-founders would meet once a month to have strategic chats.
Yeah.
So one of my co-founders, Pranay, brings up a point that 5 people on his team have typhoid.
Oh.
We said, okay, must be something wrong with the water supply in the building. We'll look into it tomorrow. He said, no, these people are working in 3 different buildings. We said, oh. Then he said, look, some people have chikungunya, some people have dengue. Then we talked about 3 hours daily commute going and coming from office. Then we talked about cost of living. Then we talked about air pollution. Then we talked general stress in the ecosystem. So we said, in big cities, this is life now. Right? Now, do we want to be an employer or a company that creates this for its employees? Or can we create a nicer, more relaxed, more fulfilling life? And we said we can. It's our responsibility and we should. So I took on that project. I started to research many tier 2 state capitals. Your Vizags, your Kochis, your Chandigarhs. Looked at many of these places and they are beautiful from a quality of life perspective. But we also needed 2 more things. As a growing startup, we needed ability to attract talent. Because we were fast growing, we needed people from all over the country and from within wherever we are to come and join us. And then we also needed a place where a front office could be created. We just didn't want our back office or our headquarters to be there. We wanted a front office too, so the team knew the product. So Goa uniquely met all 3 conditions. It had a good quality of life. You can attract people. You tell people in Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, it's in Goa. They say, yes, tell me more.
Yes.
Right? And then finally, we could have a front office, a small one, but we could have a front office, a 400-person location we have here. Normally, we do 800,000-person location. But in Goa, we could have a 400-person location. So our headquarters, our back office team knew the product. They weren't disconnected. So Goa worked out for those reasons, and I can say very confidently, it was a good decision, 90% good decision.
Okay. So कल मैं यहाँ पे आई Build 3 में, and then the cultures that we saw here कि everybody has to serve their own, like it is a self-service, and then you have to wash your own utensils. For 5 minutes, I was feeling as if I'm in a big boss house. So, what motivated you? मतलब ऐसा क्या आया दिमाग में that you thought कि everybody has to, do everything themselves?
So all of us know that mental well-being is increasingly going to be challenging if we don't actively address it. right? We're all glued to our screens. We're eating junk food. We're not cooking our food. We're not doing exercise. So all of this is leading to a certain type of mental environment, which, as we can see, our therapy visits are increasing. I think in the West it's 2 out of every 3 people sees a therapist. In Europe it's 1 out of every 2 people, and it's only a matter of time. We can see it's growing quite fast. I will go into many rooms and I'll ask people how many people are seeing a therapist, and at least 1/3 to 1/2 of the room puts the hand up. So it's no longer a thing of just the West, it's here also. So this is a reality. And then I read some other materials, like a really good book I read was Ikigai. और उसमें लिखा था that working with your own hand, जब अपने हाथों से लोग काम करते हैं, लोगों के साथ मिलना जुलना रहता है, तो माइंड फ्रेश रहता है, हल्का रहता है, और लोग लंबी जिंदगी जीते हैं. 100+ जीने वाले लोग सबसे ज़्यादा ये जापान के इस जगह में हैं, और ये उनके जीने का तरीका है. वो गार्डनिंग करते हैं, वो लोगों के साथ हंसते खेलते हैं, वो अपना खाना बनाते हैं, वो आर्ट्स और क्राफ्ट्स में एंगेज करते हैं. पॉइंट क्या था, जब लोग अपने हाथों से कुछ करते हैं और टेक्नोलॉजी से दूर होके लोगों के साथ चीज़ें करते हैं, तो उसके लिए बनी है हमारी ये ह्यूमन बॉडीज़, जो हम थोड़ा थोड़ा करके भूल रहे हैं. तो मैं चाह रहा था, अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि यहाँ पर हम माइंडफुल स्टार्टअप्स बनाना चाहते हैं, नॉट जस्ट एनी टाइप्स ऑफ स्टार्टअप, माइंडफुल स्टार्टअप्स, जिसका मतलब जो बना रहे हैं उससे दुनिया का भला होएगा, और जो बना रहा है वो उसका दिमाग खराब नहीं होएगा बनाते बनाते. आजकल बर्न आउट और सुसाइड बहुत सारी चीजें हो रही हैं, मगर अगर वो अपना ख्याल रखेंगे, अपना ध्यान रखेंगे, तो ये होने की चांसेस कम है. तो मेरा पॉइंट था, ऐसी छोटी छोटी चीजें अगर हम इन्वॉल्व करें अपनी डे टू डे लाइफ में, ऐसे हम यहाँ नंगे पांव घूमते हैं, राइट? हमारे पास बीच है, हम बीच पे जाके वॉक्स लेते हैं, मेरी मीटिंग्स बीच पर होती हैं, हम अपने खाने पीने के बर्तन धोते हैं, हम सिंपल यहाँ प्लांट बेस्ड खाना खाते हैं. तो ये सारी चीज़ें, हम एसी बहुत कम यूज़ करते हैं, ना के बराबर यूज़ करते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि वो जब नेचुरल लाइफ की डायरेक्शन में हम जाएंगे, अपना माइंड फ्री होता है, रिलैक्स होता है, हम मोर पॉजिटिवली जीते हैं और हम लंबा जीते हैं. ये मेरा बिलीफ है और मैं पढ़ा भी हूँ, इसलिए हम ये छोटे छोटे तरीके Build 3 में लाए.
And also, I think it also keeps founders grounded.
Yes.
That they are doing their own thing. They have no
100%.
servants, so it keeps them,
100%.
ground to earth.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So how can we apply to this? How can we be a part of Build 3?
Sure. So Build 3's primary program is an accelerator. It runs for 10 weeks and it runs at least 2 times a year. We are now discussing should we run it 3 times a year. It basically promises, as a young entrepreneur who is just starting on their journey, what are the 3 most important things we learned? It said they need information, knowledge, and basically support in becoming a good entrepreneur. Second thing they need is a community of helpful people, which looks like investors, mentors, vendors, other co-founders, and finally money, cash, पैसा. ये 3 चीज़ें उनको चाहिए. तो हमने जो एक्सेलरेटर प्रोग्राम बनाया उसमें ये 3 चीज़ें हम देते हैं: help, community, and paisa. Come for 10 weeks in Goa, but next version is also virtual. So if you want to join virtual, you can join virtual, and we'll provide these 3 things, and we'll build our startups together, and hopefully we'll build startups that make the world a better place, and we'll do it together happily.
So how do you select particular companies? Like suppose 100 companies apply to
Yeah.
Build 3. How
Yeah.
do you choose first 10 who
Sure.
are ready to be the part of you?
So last time 1,460 applications came.
Wow.
Out of them, about 50 we invited, and about 30 came. Our selection criteria is, some of them are already doing certain startups, some are, I'm now ready to start my startup, so they don't right now have a startup. So they are currently a mixed group, right? And what we select them is based on the founder, and we look for 3 things: the capability of the founder, the commitment of the founder, and the compatibility to Build 3 of the founder. By capability, I mean things like leadership, project management, communications, resourcefulness. These are the things I'm looking for in capability. In commitment, I'm looking for things like they have left their job, they've put in their own savings, they've taken some parents' or friends' money, they've been working on this project as a hobby for many years and are now going to make it a business. All of these show me commitment, right? And compatibility to Build 3 comes from, can our money, which is currently 25 lakhs, can that be enough for them? Are they willing to come to Goa, but now we have virtual program to work with us? Do they want to build not just for profit but for purpose? Like अपना नाम और शान नहीं कमाना है, सिर्फ नहीं कमाना है, मगर दुनिया का भी भला करना है. उस तरीके के फाउंडर्स जो साथ में हमारे साथ बनाना चाहते हैं, बस हमसे पैसा लेके खुद बनाना चाहते हैं, वो नहीं. This shows compatibility. So founders that are meeting this capability, commitment and compatibility to Build 3 criteria, we are inviting them.
Okay. And abhi Build 3 is only in Goa. Are you also planning to open it in other parts of the country?
Right now, no. All good things come in small sizes and small packages. Build 3 is currently only Goa, and we are here. When we outgrow Goa, we'll outgrow, but no plans.
But no plans yet.
No plans yet.
Okay. So what can be the what message do you want to give to the next cohort? What advice would you want to give to the next cohort?
So I've long believed entrepreneurs are the ones who can change the world we live in. Now if entrepreneurs decide कि बस अपने लिए पैसा कमाना है, अपने लिए नाम कमाना है, तो फिर वो कर सकते हैं. मगर अगर वो डिसाइड कर लेते हैं कि दुनिया का भला करना है, तो कोई नहीं रोक सकता है. एंड आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ अस रियलाइज अभी दुनिया में कई रियल चैलेंजेस हैं, फ्रॉम व्हाट वी टॉक्ड अबाउट मेंटल वेलनेस टू एयर पोल्यूशन टू प्लास्टिक इन द ओशंस टू animals being mistreated. There's many things that can be better in today's world. Can we partner with well-meaning, hard-working entrepreneurs and help them make this world better? That is our goal. So all we want is entrepreneurs who are ready to put their energy and want to make the world better. We are here to support them. Jai Hind.
Okay. I think there are very less people left on this planet who thinks like you, not just for themselves but also for the environment, for animals. And it was so, I am feeling so blessed to interview, to have a discussion with you, and I thank you really so much for your time today. I think I'll see you again when my next venture comes, and I hope I also can be a part of Build 3 then. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Look
Thank you.
forward. Thank you.